Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego here for a surprise live stream for your green card channel. This is your K1 visa green card channel, your spousal visa channel, your tourist visa channel. I'll give you all this free information on how to process your green card without spending thousands and thousands of dollars on an immigration attorney. Okay, you don't need an immigration attorney to process a simple green card application. Now hold on. I think I got Vinny, our cat, is here joining me on the live stream, and how he's playing with the blinds, but that's okay. I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice, but I got 10 years, 10 años, 10 years of experience helping people get green cards and K1 visas, etc. So here it is, November the 15th, 2024. It's 9:15 a.m. in the morning, Central Time. It's a nice weather outside here in Florida. I'm in the panhandle of Florida. I got my Columbia sportswear shirt on, okay, but Columbia on this t-shirt is spelled with a U because this is Colombia in the United States. Now, if you are living in Colombia in South America, Colombia is spelled with an O. So there's Colombia with a U right here. That's in America. And then you have Colombia with an O, which is in South America. Now, I'm here to answer your questions. I know it's a surprise. I just jumped on here. I said I would. And Vandy the cat is now in the closet, digging in the closet. So 1 second, I'm going to have to pull her out of there because she's going to disturb everybody. Hold on. Now, there we go. That's to keep her quiet. Anyway, what have you got questions for me today? I know it's early. It's 9 in the morning. And maybe you're at work, but if you're not at work, if you have time to jump on here and ask me questions, I'm gonna answer them for you. And I give Mountain Dew salutes. I got Mountain Dew ready to go. I didn't forget it this time. I've got Mountain Dew salutes ready to roll for those folks that earn the Mountain Dew salute. You get your K1 visa approved. You get your K1 visa interview scheduled, etc., etc. Now, I've made a couple of videos yesterday on pricing for visas for 2025, and I made a video yesterday on several things regarding to green card processing. So if you have any ideas for a video, if you want me to make a specific video, tell me what it is, and I will make it for you, and I'll give you credit for the idea if you want me to do that. Totally up to you. This is your YouTube channel. Okay, I already know how to process a green card. I already know how to process a K1 visa. I've never ever had to hire an immigration attorney to go through this process. You don't need to. Okay, it's not difficult. It's an easy process. The only time you really need an immigration attorney to do this is if you have like a criminal record. Okay, and I tell you what, I'm going to have to let Vandy the cat go find things to do outside here in the living room. 1 second. So here's Vandy the cat, and this is the cat I got for Karina after Tokyo went to heaven. Tokyo, our cat from Colombia, we brought him from Colombia, and he survived Bogota, the streets of Bogota, and then he survived the plane ride and the drive to here from Miami, and then he got real sick. He ate something in Florida. There's a lot of flora, a lot of plants in Florida that are bad. And Tokyo, being from Colombia, didn't know. So he ate something bad and got sick, and I had to put him down, okay? And then I got Venny here for Karina because Venny is our new family cat. So, but he keeps bugging. It's a she. She's a she. So I'm going to put her outside to play because she won't keep still. She's very young. She's still a baby. Okay, so she's going to say goodbye. I'm going to put her out here. Now we can get back to the channel. Vanny was just, a little baby tiny cat. And her owner relocated to Miami, and she couldn't bring the baby cat with her. So I went over to her house and got it and brought her back here for Karina. So here we are. It's a surprise live stream. And I'm ready to answer your questions. Now, if I don't get any questions, if I don't get anybody interested in asking anything, that's okay. No, it's no problem. if I've answered everything from the other day, then it's all good. I'll log off and go do something else. But I'm here for now if you need me to answer any of your questions. The green card process is not difficult, but it's taken a bit of a time. What happens is immigration will hire a bunch of new people, and then they will train those people, and then those people will work at the job for maybe a year, and then they want to go, then they realize how stressful the job is. It's a stressful job, guys, and they quit. And then they got to hire new people and retrain those people, and when that happens, the learning curve goes like this. And then it goes up this, and then it goes like this. Albertine Umahosa Murasira. Hello, Diego. I would like to ask what is going on with the embassy because my case has been approved and ready since the 5th of July. They haven't called me for the interview. Is it only here? So you're in Rwanda. So the 5th of July, so August, September, October, November. Well, did you get a MVC welcome letter? Did you get a welcome letter from the National Visa Center telling you you got something? So you've been approved. You went to a visa interview in Rwanda. You went to the K1 visa interview. What? How do you mean it's been approved? Did you get your K1 visa interview passed? Have you done that? Have you gone to the interview? Passed the interview? Are you waiting for your passport to be returned back to you? You're saying your case has been approved and ready since the 5th of July. Okay, has it been approved and ready where? At the USCIS, at the National Visa Center, or at the U.S. Embassy? Have you? I need a little bit more information. But if you went to the K1 visa interview and you got approved, then it should take about a week to 10 days to get your passport back. If you received the USCIS has approved your K1 visa at the NOA2 letter stage. Is that what happened? Is your K1 visa still sitting at USCIS in California or Texas or wherever? And they haven't mailed it to the MVC yet? Or has the MVC sent you a welcome letter? So Albertine, in order for me to answer your question, I got to know exactly where your K1 visa is located. Where is it at? Where is it at? Is it, I don't know. Give me some more information and I will definitely help you. Okay? I can definitely help you. I just got to know where you are in the process other than ready or approved. Approved could be NOA2 letter. Approved could be, you went to the visa interview and they approved your K1 visa. And then you're just waiting for your passport to be returned back to you. Okay? But I'll give you a Mountain Dew salute for getting an approved K1 visa. If you tell me where it is, I'll give you help on the next step. So Albertine, you get the first Mountain Dew salute. And let me get some pixie dust out. I think I'm going to need pixie dust. Chris and Emil, her status has been changed to issued. Okay, well that means is that your beautiful bride-to-be in the Philippines can go pick up her passport. She went to the scary visa interview. She passed it. She completed the 221G for that extra paperwork they were looking for. They accepted that. Now she has an issued status. So all you got to do now is go pick up the passport from the embassy or the pickup point that you indicated when you scheduled the interview. Albertine, online it is showing that my case is at the embassy and ready for the interview, but no letter from the embassy. No, you have to contact the embassy. You have to schedule the interview. If it says that your case is at the ready at the embassy, you got to pay the consular fee. $265? I think it is. You got to pay the consular fee. Once you got to submit the DS-160. You got to fill out a DS-160 and apply for the K1 visa. The embassy just doesn't call you up and say, "Oh, by the way, we got your K1 visa. Come on in." Doesn't work that way. You got to pay the consular fee. You got to submit the DS-160. You got to print the DS-160 confirmation page. You got to schedule the interview. You got to schedule the biometrics. Once you've paid the visa fee, the $265, I believe it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then once you pay the visa fee, submitted the DS-160, Then the embassy has got their money, number one, and they've got your DS-160, number two. Then they'll give you a calendar to process and schedule the visa interview. So you're sitting around waiting for the embassy to do all this, but you have to do it. You've got to do it. Okay? You got it? You got it? Chris and Emil, yes, very good. Chris and Emil, I'm very happy for you. Jay Contime, hey Diego, how are you? I'm finally in the U.S. in Virginia. Mountain Dew salute. Welcome to the United States. We hope you are getting settled in nicely. Very nice. Let's see here. Chris and Emma, hopefully in Wednesday, go pick it up. Hopefully? What do you mean hopefully? Why don't you go pick it up today? Or why Wednesday? Jay Contime. So what would be the best time to apply for an adjustment of status? And is it going to be an issue if I want to apply for a work permit and travel permit with my adjustment of status? No, it's not an issue. You can do that. You need to apply for your green card about 50 to 60 days after you get married. So 50 to 60 days, okay, after you get married, apply for the green card. And you can also include the work permit and the advanced parole. Okay, I'm writing it down so other people can see it. Advanced parole. Okay, you can do all that. Let me see. I'm going to write it so you can see it. So 50 to 60 days after you get married, apply for the green card and the work permit, and then the advanced parole. Okay. Now it's $1,040 for the adjustment of status and the biometrics. Okay. It's I believe it's $260 for the work permit, if I remember. I made a video about it for the work permit. This is for the work permit. And it's $630 for the advanced parole. This is how much it's going to cost. Okay? Now, Karina, she's at work. Normally, she'd be helping me. I can't see. I need my glasses. So it's $1,440 for the adjustment of status and the biometrics. That's included. It's $260 for the work permit and $630 for the advanced parole. You add up those numbers, and that's how much it's all going to be. Let's see. Let's get an estimate for you. If I can find it. Let's get an estimate for you, right? So you got $440. You got $260. I think that's how much it is for the work permit. And then it's $630. So you're looking at $2,330. But double check me on the price of the work permit. I just made a video about it. So it's over $2,000. Why do you need advanced parole? Why do you need a travel document? If you just got to the United States, why do you have to leave your home country? Why do you have to leave and go back to the home country where you started out from? Why do you got to do that? You just got here. So why are you trying to get advanced parole? You know, I don't know. It's a lot of money, and it's only good for a year. Let me see. But you can do that. And the best time to apply for the green card is about 50 to 60 days after you get married, and include in the green card application the work permit and the travel permit. Include it all together. Hector Mercado. Hi Diego. Will filing for bankruptcy affect my wife being approved for a CR1 visa? So conditional residency visa means you've been married less than 2 years. I got married last year in Honduras. Well, that's a Mountain Dew salute right there. Congratulations. And the wait time is currently 18 months. Hector, that's why I don't recommend the spousal visa. Spousal visa, so now your wife's going to go get her green card from the embassy in Honduras. And we'll put all the pixie dust all over that. But it's going to be an 18 month, maybe longer. K1 visa is the way to go. But your question is, if you file for bankruptcy, will it affect my wife being approved for a CR1 visa? No, it won't affect her CR1 visa, but you got to make sure that you get your financial situation in order before you apply for U.S. citizenship. When she applies for U.S. citizenship, You got to get you got to get your financial chickens in order, okay? Because if you apply for when she applies for U.S. citizenship in 3 years from now, or once you get her into America, then they're going to look at that. They'll look at it at the U.S. citizenship level, but it won't affect her coming to the United States. Okay, as long as your income is sufficient, as long as your income is above the minimum income requirements, they'll look at your last tax return. They're going to see how much money you made for 2024, because next year she's going to be at her visa interview in Honduras at the embassy, okay? They're going to look at how much money you made in 2024 and 2023. And then when you apply for and then that's what they're going to look at. But when you apply for U.S. citizenship, that's when it's going to come up. So get all your financial ducks in a row before she applies for U.S. citizenship, which is going to be in about 3 or 4 years from now. So you're good. You got nothing to worry about. Just don't keep spending money. Try and save money. Albertine. Every time I called the embassy, they told me that they are not availing any K1 visa slots because they have no resources. But I have finished filing the DS-160. Okay, so you submitted the DS-160. Remember, it's good for a year. The embassy just told you they're busy right now. They're overworked. They're understaffed. So they will get to you, okay? But you got to stay in touch with the embassy with emails. You can call the embassy, but you gotta send emails. So you got proof of continued communication with the embassy. Okay? Maintain contact with the embassy with emails. Check in with them every 2 weeks and ask them, I'm trying to schedule my visa interview, but you guys are not responding, blah, blah, blah. You know what to say. And print those emails. That keeps your NOA-2 letter from expiring. Okay? You will get a K1 visa interview. And if they've told you that they don't have, what they're saying is they're understaffed right now, but you'll get it. But you got to keep doing. You got to keep looking every 2 weeks. And Chris Nemo says, okay. Yeah, Chris Nemo, you just got issued status on the visa in Manila, Philippines. Go pick it up. Go get it. Denise Jefferson. Hello, Diego. Status shows that we have definitely avoided the interview. Well, that's a Mountain Dew salute right there. You've avoided the interview, but now it says that we have 3 months for the final stage. Do you really believe it will take that long to finalize? Well, you applied for it, if I recall, back in May, right? So May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. That's about right. I would say probably another 2 months. I would say another 2 months. 3 months is the max. Probably 2 more months, you'll get it, but 3 months is the max. But you're going to get it. And Kenneth has his work permit, so he can still do what he's doing, right? He's in America. Everything's done. You're not going to get a scary green card interview. You got through. You filed a fantastic green card application. You weren't lazy, you know. People who are lazy and file a pitiful green card application with hardly anything in it, you know, if you submit a green card application and you just want to get in a big rush, you want to get it sent out in a big rush because you want to get the green card, being in a big hurry and doing it quickly is a detriment. It's better to wait 50, 60 days, collect all this evidence, get more pictures together, get bank account statements coming in, get on the services, get on the phone bill, electric bill, water bill, get everything, get commingling of funds, cohabitation, get on the driver's licenses if you can. Some states won't let you get a driver's license without a green card. It all depends on where you live. In Florida, you cannot get a driver's license without a green card and a social security number. But if you submit a fantastic green card application, like Denise Jefferson did with her husband Kenneth, then they won't go to another interview. Their green card, well, his green card will be mailed to his house with Denise. It'll get mailed to their house in Utah from Corbin, Kentucky. And I think probably by January will be the latest, and you'll have it. It's not much longer. But he has his work permit, so he's good to go. I think the work permit, if you look at it, Denise, it's good for 5 years. So he's good. He's in status. Everything's fine. But they're just trying to catch up with all the applications. But congratulations, Denise. You did good. You followed a lot of. You went through a long waiting period. He came from Nigeria, if I recall. J. Calm Time. What happens if someone applies sooner than 50 to 60 days after getting married? You can do that as long as your green card application is strong. Do you have 2 months? It's kind of hard to get 2 months worth of bank statements as a joint account holders if you apply before 60 days. When Karina applied for her green card, well, the first thing we did was we got her social security number, and it was on with her maiden name. She got a social security number with her maiden name. I put her on the bank as a joint account holders. We became joint account holders. We waited 60 days. I think it was about 60 days. We got 2 bank statements came in with her name on it and my name on it. So immigration could see that she's been a joint bank account holder for 2 months. We had 2 months worth of trash bills, water bills, electric bills, everything. Her name was on everything. We got more pictures together over the next 60 days. We got more pictures together in different places with my brother and my nephew and here and friends with friends. Karina got her green card in 3.5 months because it was a package this thick. But now immigration needs to hire more people, so things are slowing down a little bit. But Denise, Kenneth will get his green card probably January at the latest, okay? January at the latest. Now remember, you guys got married in 2024, so even if he gets his green card in January of 2025, you can still file a joint tax return together before April 15th, 2025. You can do that. You can file a joint tax return together. Okay, so you're going to get a tax break right there. Just got to hang in there, Denise, and we're rooting for you. And Karina's at work right now. If she was here, she'd be giving you salutations, okay? But she's at work. She's been at work since 4 o'clock this morning. Let me see here. And Brownie, RSPS. Hello, Diego. What's going on, Brownie? Now, you just passed your visa interview, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a Mountain Dew salute for Brownie RSPS. If I recall, you just passed your visa interview. Then do you still have to pay the $260 for the work permit when filing the I-485? Yes, you do. I heard the cost may be waived, but might have. No, it's not. There's no such thing as a waived cost unless you are from Afghanistan on an asylum. Then there's no charge. It's only, if you're an asylee from Afghanistan, all right, you're getting all this free stuff. If you are like the rest of us, if after April 1st of 2024, there's a charge for the work permit, $260. So you're going to pay $1,440. I can't see without my glasses right here. $1,440. That's for the green card and biometrics. And it's going to be $260 for the work permit. Okay, so you just add those 2 numbers together and write one check. Okay? There's no waivers. There's nothing. You got to pay for it. Hector Mercado. Thank you, Diego. You're welcome. Ahmed Ashraf. How long does it take for I-485 approval after entry on K1 visa? Well, it depends on when you file for the green card, number one. So you get to America, you get married, you put together a green card application, you wait 50, 60 days. Okay, let's suppose you wait 2 months. So you're 2 months, and then it takes about 9 months to get it. So that's what, 11 months, right? From when you arrive, that's 11 months right now. So you wait, you get to America, you get married, you put together a green card package, takes about 2 months to do it, and then you got to wait about 9 months after that. Ahmed, you got it? So about 11 months before you get it in your hand, the green card in your hand. Julian ALO. Hello, Diego. How are you? I'm good, Julian. I checked my USCIS online account. It was saying 3 months since I submitted the RFE of adjustment of status, but yesterday it now says 11 months, and I did the biometrics. Well, it's not going to take 11 months to process an RFE, Julian. It's not going to take that long. They're just saying that so you don't call them and bug them, okay? Just wait it out. And it says, attend the interview if necessary. You won't have to go to an interview. Time remaining until your current step is completed 2 weeks. Do you think I applied for the work permit, or is it just normal? Do you think I applied for the work permit? Did you apply for the work permit? You tell me. I don't know. Did you apply for the work permit? If you did, you'll get it. Henry Sampala. Hello, Diego. I applied for the adjustment of status August 2024. Did the biometrics September 2024. This happened after I got in on a K1 visa. Do you think I will get the green card before the end of 2024? Okay, so you did the biometrics in September. So you applied in August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. You should get it by April or May of 2025. You won't get it in 2024. Henry, we're going to put pixie dust all over your green card application, but you're going to get it next year, okay? Be patient. You got it. Mountain Dew salute. You got pixie dust and a Mountain Dew salute. So you're going to get it, but it's going to be 2025. But the good news is you're in America. You're not having to wait outside of the United States. You're in the United States, right? You're here in America. So you get to wait and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting right here in America, but you'll get your green card. Denise Jefferson. So Diego, we got our EAD in June. Very good. If we had not made that investment, we would be 6 months without income, without his income. That's correct. Do you still feel that the work permit is a waste of money based upon the circumstances? For right now, I would say if you need to work to support, if you need to have a two-income family, then it's a good investment. $260 is a good investment. If you don't need to have a two-income family, if the sponsor, okay, doesn't need that second income, then like I'm glad that Karina's working, I tell you, because I'm retired now. So I'm retired. I'm retired. I'm done. Karina's pulling the load now. She's working. I'm glad we applied for the work permit and got her started early. So I recommend applying for the work permit if you need to be a two-income family. If you don't need to be a two-income family, then don't. Save the money. Don't waste your money on it. But it's not a waste of money if you need that second income. And I would do it. I would go for it, especially right now because it's taken so long to get a green card, which isn't your fault. It's just it's immigration. They rehired all these people. They've been working on the job for a year, and a lot of them are quitting and going to work somewhere else because adjudicating green cards and K1 visas is a stressful process. Not anybody can do it. It's hard to do. They've got people's lives in their hands, and some people can't deal with it. So then immigration has to go back and rehire a bunch of new people and retrain a bunch of new people. And it takes a year to train somebody to do this job. Francois Livingston, good morning, Diego and Karina. Francois, bonjour. Now, Francois, Karina's at work. She's at work. She's been at work since 4 o'clock this morning. I'm retired now. So Karina's carrying the load, okay? I'm retired. I just keep the yard up and the house up, and I do the Walmart shopping and do the YouTube for you guys. Francois, hello, Janice Jefferson. Hope all is well. Hector Marcardo, Diego, when it's time for my interview together or placed in separate room, what should I expect during the interview? I have all my documents in order. Hector, if you put a strong green card package together, you're not going to get another interview. And if you go into a separate room, it's called a Stokes interview. It means that you didn't put a good green card package together. Aquarius is in the house. Look at that super chat from Aquarius. Aquarius, hi, hey Diego, congratulations to Francois. I agree. I'm up next. Aquarius is up next. Pixie dust for Aquarius. Mountain Dew salute to Aquarius. Wish us luck. Buena suerte, Aquarius. Karina's at work, and she would congratulate you too, Aquarius, for your soon-to-be immigration interview. And let me see here. If you put a strong green card package together, you're not going to go for another visa. Immigration don't have the people. They don't have the time to be interviewing people a second time, a third time. But you gotta earn that green card with a strong green card package. Don't be lazy. Get a library card. Get on the title to your car. Get on the deed to the apartment or the house. Get 60 days worth of evidence together so that you don't have to go to another freaking interview. Brownie RSPS, thank you for clearing that up. Yes, I passed the interview. The embassy was practically empty. London is doing good right now. Good. London's good. Now, I hope you had the chance to go eat some fish and chips. But you don't need to buy any Jaffa cakes and bring them with you in your bag. But you can get Jaffa cakes here in the United States. But the fish and chips, I haven't found a fish and chips place yet that makes the fish and chips as good as the British do. Brownie RSPS, I won't be applying until January anyway. Okay, no problem. But here's the thing. If you've got your K1 visa in your hand, get to the United States and get married before 2025, then you can have get on the taxes. Joint tax returns. That helps you for U.S. citizenship. I'm thinking about advanced parole is if an emergency happens back home. God forbid, that's why I was thinking about travel permit, but I don't think I would actually apply. It's very expensive. If you have an emergency back home, what could it be possibly? What could possibly happen? Well, you got to go back home. Let me see here. I'm going to page up. Julian, no, I didn't apply for the work permit. As you said, no, I didn't know this was going to happen with the RFE. I only applied the green card, okay, and responded to the RFE. Gotcha. Yeah, back then, green cards were getting approved in 4 months, 3 or 4 months. Now it's crazy. That's 9 months, 10 months. It's 9 months. If you went, it's about 9 months because of the workload. They don't have enough people. And but you'll get your green card, Julian. You are within status. You're in America legally within status. You're good to go. Janice Jefferson to Francois. I am so happy for your journey. Please consider the EAD based upon your timeline. I would say that's a good point to make, Denise. At a minimum, your husband will get bored, not to mention that the process is a financial burden. Yes, it is. When Karina got here, we applied for the work permit and the green card because the work permit was free. But now the work permit's $260. I think that's the price. If you are needing to be a 2-income family, then apply for the work permit. Francois Livingston to Denise Jefferson. He's only been in the United States a month and he is bored beyond belief. And you feel helpless because there's nothing you can do. I know she's at work. Greetings to both of you. Thank you, Francois. Yeah, it's going to be boring. When Karina first got here, what I did was I got right away starting to teach her how to drive. Not on the highways, on my friend's private property. He's got this big land. He's got all this land up north here in Florida. And she was learning how to drive in our church parking lot. So I kept her busy learning to drive. I showed her around the area, the neighborhood. I showed her where I took her, all around, got her her military ID, showed her the military base where the commissary is. I kept her busy. I kept her occupied. But that's hard to do if you don't. I was working out of the house, so I had free time to do that. If you have a day job you got to go to every day, it's going to be tough. Your beneficiary is going to be at home while you're at work. he or she's going to be just bored and not knowing what to do. So I understand it's not easy process, but I know you can do it. You can get through this. You can get through it. Aquarius, thank you for that super chat. Aquarius, another Mountain Dew salute to Aquarius. And Karina's going to thank you later. And we appreciate you. Jake, well, one time, how do I get a social security number? You go to the Social Security office with your I-94. So how do you get a social security number? You can do it two ways. You can apply for it on page 2 of USCIS form 485. When you apply for the green card, you can apply for your social security card at the same time. Okay, on form 485 right here. This is page 2 of USCIS form 485. Okay, and right here, you can apply for your social security number. I don't know if you can see that. You can apply for your social security number right there on page 2 of USCIS form 485. Or you can go down to the Social Security office with your I-94 and your passport and K1 visa in the passport. Make a photocopy of the I-94. Go down to the Social Security office and apply it in person, which is what Karina did. She got to America. We got her social security number right away. It took about 10 days. And she went down there with her I-94. She made 6 copies of her I-94. The Social Security office took one from her. They took it from her. They don't give it back to you. And then she got her social security number with her maiden name on it. And it says, you are not allowed to work without Homeland Security permission. Then she waited for her work permit, which came in the mail. Then she got a job the next day because Karina has a degree in tax accounting. She got a job right away. She can't speak English, but they hired her, and they still hired her. And she got already nominated for Employee of the Quarter, and she can't even speak English. And she's already being nominated for Employee of the Quarter. Okay? Then when she got her green card in her hand, we went back to the Social Security office with her green card, and we updated her residency status to legal permanent resident, not I-94 holder. Okay. A week later, she got her new Social Security card in the mail with her married name on it, Karina Ross, and all that verbiage that said you cannot work without permission from Homeland Security, all that verbiage went away. It's just a regular Social Security card with her married name on it, like every American. That's how you do it. Or you can apply from page 2 of USCIS form I-485. Right here. You can do it two ways. But what we did was we went down there in person. And we got her Social Security card with her maiden name on it. Then we upgraded it. We changed it, however you want to say it. When she got a green card. Let's see here. Francois, thank you, Aquarius. You're next. Uh-oh. Yes, that's true. See, I got my Colombia shirt on. Karina bought me this shirt. She bought it for me. So I'm retired now. I'm done. I'm done. She's carrying the load, okay? But it spells Colombia with a U. See right here. In America, this is a city in South Carolina. But in South America, Colombia is spelled with an O. So don't make that confusion. Colombia is in South America, and then Colombia is in America. Christopher Reese, good morning, brother. Sorry I haven't been on in a while. Been busy as three-legged cat in a sandbox. Well, at least, I mean, if you're busy, guys, if you can't make it to the live stream, it's okay. It's all good. No worries. We're still here for you. We're still going to be doing these live streams. So if you can't make it, it's all good. When you can't get on the live stream, we're here to help you. And Denise Jefferson to Aquarius, buckle up, girl. Everything feels really slow. And then you look up and you are missing a limb from the moving train. Ask Francois, let's go. That's correct. You're absolutely right. And Julian ALO, if you're still watching, you're going to get your green card. It's going to take time, okay? You are going to be just fine, Julian. Ahmed Ashraf. Hi, Diego. I want to ask about something related to naturalization and citizenship. Um, do you have any information related to this topic? Well, yeah, if you want to become a U.S. citizen, which I hope you do, you can file online or in paper, Form N400. Pay the fee. You got to pay the fee also. Form N400. You can apply for U.S. citizenship 3 months before your time in the United States is 3 years. So you got your 2-year green card. You got your conditional green card. It's good for 2 years. You look at it. You look at the issue date. On the issue date, you add 3 years to the issue date. That's when you can apply for U.S. citizenship. Well, actually, you can apply a few months before you've been in the country for 3 years. So you look at your 2-year green card, and it's issue date right here. If 90 days before your 2-year green card expires, you lift the conditions off your 2-year green card and you apply for your 10-year green card. The 10-year green card comes in the mail, okay? As long as you put a good package together, good, strong package, then you're going to have a 10-year green card, okay? But you can apply for U.S. citizenship 3 years after entering the United States and from the issue date on your 2-year green card. So Karina's issue date on her 2-year green card is June of 2024. So 2025, 2026, 2027. So June of 2027, she can apply for U.S. citizenship. Actually, she can apply probably April or May of 2027, right before the 3 years. Okay? And you file Form N400. What do you have to do to become a U.S. citizen? Well, you got to pass a written test in English. You got to pass an oral test in English. They're going to ask you to write some sentences in English. And you got to pass a U.S. history, U.S. government test. Okay, I believe it's 100 questions, and you got to get 80 of them right to pass. Okay, so you got to start studying about the U.S. government and American history, which is why even this isn't a political channel at all. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. Okay, I'm independent. I'm military. Whoever the president is, when I was in the military, that's my boss. So I had to be independent. Okay, but I do a lot of politics on here sometimes because it helps people learn about the Constitution of our country. It helps people try to learn what to expect at the U.S. citizenship test. If once you become a U.S. citizen, you don't have to do any more freaking paperwork for immigration. It's over. You get your naturalization certificate, okay, and you're done. You're an American citizen. You can vote. You can run for political office. You're in. You don't have to worry about being deported. If you commit a major crime as a green card holder, if you do something really bad and you're holding a 2-year or a 10-year green card, you can be deported. Okay, they can cancel your green card. Your character is not good. Become a U.S. citizen, and then you're secure in the country. Let's see here, and I don't want to miss anybody's question. Yeah, Christopher Reese has been busy. Don't worry, Christopher, you are good. And Denise is telling Aquarius to buckle up. And Ahmed had questions about U.S. citizenship and naturalization. Now remember, once you become a U.S. citizen, you get a naturalization certificate. You will always still have your alien registration number. That never goes away. Okay? So if you are a naturalized American, and this applies to single people watching this channel, if you are a naturalized American and you are single, watching this channel, looking to marry somebody from a foreign country, okay, let's suppose you're a naturalized American from Australia. And then you meet up with your high school sweetheart from Australia, and you decide you want to get married. Well, now you can you can apply for a K1 visa because you're a naturalized American, number one. But number two, when you fill out the paperwork for the K1 visa, they're going to ask you for your naturalization certificate, and they're also going to ask you for your alien registration number. Well, I'm an American citizen. I don't know what the heck my alien registration number is. That was 20 years ago. I can't remember what it is. Well, I'm telling you, if you are a naturalized American and you apply for a K1 visa for somebody, you got to have your alien registration number. So don't lose it. Now, they're going to take your green card. When you become a U.S. citizen, you go in, you get sworn in, you swear to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, so help you God. You become American. Make a copy of your green card, because when you go to your naturalization ceremony, they're going to take your green card from you, and then you're never going to see it again. It's gone, and it's going to be replaced with a naturalization certificate. But make a photocopy of your green card so you can have the number, the alien registration number that you can use for when you apply for a K1 for somebody like your high school sweetheart from Australia or India or the Philippines or wherever. Let me see here. Julian ALO retracted the message. Brownie RSPS. Yeah, me and my fiance are getting married on December 27th. Mountain Dew salute. I may delay my green card application if our package isn't strong enough. That's correct. You delay it until it's strong. You don't want to go past 6 months, though. But as I'm arriving in November, we should have 2 months of evidence. 2 months of evidence is more than enough. 2 months of evidence is an excellent amount of evidence. You want to get lots of pictures over the next 2 months. When you get to America, get pictures with family members over the next 2 months. You're going to have Christmas, right? Let's see here. You're getting married December 27th. Okay, so get if you're having Christmas celebrations, I don't know. But you want to start collecting pictures over the next 2 months when you arrive in America with family and friends, not selfies. Selfies, immigration, toss them. They want to see group interaction. Okay. Build a strong green card application. Make it strong. 2 months worth of trash bills, 2 months worth of water bills, electric bills, phone bills. Whatever you can think of that shows that you are together as a married couple is what they're looking for. Okay. And you get this, an immigration attorney won't even tell you that. I'm telling you how to do it the right way. Okay. Christopher Reese, question. So should my fiance, once she gets here, should we get married first or Social Security card first? Social Security card takes roughly 2 weeks to get. I'm just trying to do 2 stops. No, listen, don't look for a shortcut, Christopher. There are no shortcuts in a green card application. If you look for a shortcut, it's going to cost you time and money. Okay? This is what Karina did. And this is what I recommend. You get into the United States. You get your Social Security card with the maiden name on it. Don't worry about it. It says, maiden name, do not have permission to work without permission from Homeland Security. So you get the first Social Security card. Then you go to your bank and you put your new wife on your bank account. What are they going to ask for? They're going to ask for a Social Security number. Well, if you don't have it, you can't put her on your bank account. Right? The number one thing that immigration are looking at for a financial commingling of funds is joint bank ownership. Now, there are 12 states in America where you cannot get married without a Social Security number. You got to have the Social Security number first to get married. There are 12 states that require a Social Security number to get married. If you tell me what state you live in, Christopher, I will tell you if you need to get the Social Security number first. But this is what Karina and I did. She got to America. We got her Social Security number. It came in the mail with her maiden name on it. No permission, cannot work without Homeland Security permission. Then her work permit came in. So she had permission to work on the work permit. She got a job the next day. When her green card arrived in the mail, there's her green card we jumped in the car, we went back to the Social Security Administration, and we said, here's Karina's green card. And the gentleman went in the computer and updated her status to legal permanent resident. And 6 days later, she got a new Social Security card in the mail with her married name on it, and all that verbiage has gone away. That's how you do it. Now, if you live in the following states, you have to get a Social Security card first before you can get married. Connecticut, Kansas, Kentucky, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Jersey, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Utah, and West Virginia. If you live in any of those states, you got to get your Social Security card before you can get the wedding license, the marriage license. You can't get a marriage license without a Social Security number in those 12 states I just mentioned. So Brownie RSPS is putting together a strong green card package. Yes. Christopher Reese, my recommendation is get the Social Security number, get her on your bank, and include those, and then get those bank statements coming in sooner rather than later, so you can include those in the green card application. You got it? That's what I recommend you do. Okay, so you got to make a second trip to the Social Security office. Well, I didn't say this green card application was easy. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. You got to do stuff sometimes. Julian, ALO, my RFE was about birth certificate missing and they asked for the joint sponsor. Okay. Do you think my package was strong and good to go? Yes, if that's all they asked for. They're asking for they're looking for your birth certificate and they want a joint sponsor. If you provide those two things, you'll get your green card. Provide a joint sponsor, provide your birth certificate, you'll get your green card. That's all they want. Okay? You're good to go. Christopher Reese, on the flip side, she needs a Social Security number so I can get her on my insurance and bank accounts. Yeah, Christopher, go get her Social Security number right away. Just go get it. It's going to be in her maiden name, but don't worry about it. Because when you get the green card, you can change it to her married name if she decides to take your last name. Karina's been through that. We've been there, done that. And, it's a pain for the Social Security office was like an hour's drive? Twice we had to do it. Christopher, that's great. Being nominated Employee of the Quarter. Congratulations from me. I enjoy seeing people succeed. Well, thanks, Christopher. I will let her know. When she gets off of work, I will tell her that you gave her that salutation. Chris and Emil, they said the vaccination center is closed on Saturday. Okay. That's no problem. Denise Jefferson to Francois. We also paid the money to get the husband's degree recognized in the U.S. That I recommend you do. I did that for Karina. Like Karina, the certification qualifies them to compete professionally. Mountain Dew salute. Denise, thanks for bringing that up. Maybe that's an idea for a video right there, Denise. I think I'll make a video about that. I like that. We got a lot of foreign nationals coming to the United States of America with college degrees, certificates. You got people with law degrees, doctorates, a medical license, all kinds of education, engineering degrees. And if it's like Karina graduated, she has her degree from the university in Venezuela in tax accounting. So what I did was I paid to get adjudicated into a U.S. equivalency. And that's a good, I recommend you do that. And I included that in the green card application. So if you have a degree of some kind, Mr. Beneficiary, like if you have a degree in pharmacy or whatever, get it adjudicated into an American equivalency and include it in the green card application. When immigration got Karina's green card application, they saw she has a degree in tax accounting. Okay. They know that helps, that adds strength to the green card application. Well, Karina's degreed up. Okay. She's no slouch. She's a hard worker. Boom. They know that's more strength to your green card application. There was a couple years ago. She was being deported because for something. I don't know the reason what it was. There was a reason. There was a married couple, and the lady was being deported, and she was going through the deportation interview at the airport in the holding room. And she said, "Look, I've got 2 degrees and a PhD." And the immigration officer said, "You have 2 degrees?" She said, "Yeah, I got a degree in mathematics, and I got a degree in economics, and I got a PhD on a master's degree." And I can't remember what it was in. And they said, "Really?" Do you know what happened? They canceled her deportation order and gave her a visa to stay in America because of her education. And we're talking years ago now. And the husband basically didn't lose his wife to an immigration deportation hearing. I think what happened was they forgot to lift the conditions off the 2-year green card. I think this is what happened. She had a 2-year green card, and they forgot to lift the conditions off of it for a 10-year green card. They just plain forgot, or they didn't know they had to do that. So she got a deportation letter because a year passed. She'd been in America 3 years. She didn't lift the conditions off of her 2-year green card. She got a letter of deportation hearing, and then they said you're going to be. The judge said you're going to be deported because you didn't lift the conditions off your 2-year green card. She was at the airport going through the final face-to-face with somebody, and she said, "I got 2 degrees, a master's degree, and a PhD. And I'm sorry, I just forgot to lift the conditions off my 2-year green card." And what they were going to make her do was go back to her home country and apply for the spousal visa, which could take another year. The immigration officer said, "Okay, you got 2 degrees, a master's degree, and a PhD. I'm not going to send you back to your home country. I'm not going to deport you. You can stay. Go back to your husband, go home, and go ahead and apply for your 10-year green card." And they stamped her for approval to stay in America. I can't remember what the form is, I-551 or something. Her education saved her from deportation. Anyway, that was a story that you should know. If you're educated with degrees, or if you got a trade, something like if you're a certified plumber or a certified whatever, so if you have some kind of a mechanic, you're a mechanic, certified, include all that stuff in the green card application. It will help you significantly. Let's get to these questions here. Vimy Lawler, hello Diego. I have a question regarding my friend's case. Okay, they already got the I-130 approved last year, but she said she had applied I-485. They check on USCIS status. It says it's waiting for an interview. So they didn't submit a very strong green card package. It sounds like a spousal visa. But if you don't put together a strong package, you're going to have to go in front of another consular officer. And if your package is pitiful, if you submit a pitiful green card application, it is totally pitiful. There's no evidence of commingling of funds. There's no evidence of joint cohabitation. All you have is wedding pictures, a marriage certificate, the I-94, the passport pictures, passport photos, K1 visa. It's nothing. You're going to be in front of us. You're going to go to a Stokes interview. The husband's going to go in this room. The wife's going to go in this room. They're going to ask you about 10 to 20 questions each and see why you guys submitted a pitiful green card application. If you put together a real strong green card application, you got nothing to worry about. And immigration's happy because they don't have to do that. They don't like to do that. They would much rather just issue you the green card and mail it to your house. But you got to earn it. Let me see here. Vimy Lawler. However, her husband is already in the United States. He is Canadian. Okay. So he has the right to be in the States 6 months while they're waiting. Okay. That's all good. You can stay. He can stay. Like Canada is not really a threat to the United States, right? We'd like to think we're on good terms with the Canadians, right? Chris and Emil, to Denise Jefferson, my fiance picks up her visa Monday. Well, that's a Mountain Dew salute for Chris and Emil. Because if I remember, Chris and Emil, I had to help you get through that 221G at the embassy, remember? I walked you through it step by step, right? Got you through it. Vimy Lawler, his passport is expired and he didn't go back to Canada while waiting for the I-485. No, it's okay. It's all good. They've been waiting for so long since he didn't go back and passport expired. Will he be in trouble? No, you're not going to get in trouble if your passport expires. He can renew his passport at the Canadian embassy or the consulate in the United States. There's got to be more than one embassy. The Canadian government has consulates in America where he can go and get his passport redone if it expires. Now, when Karina's passport expires, there's no Venezuelan consulate in America. There's no Venezuelan embassy because we don't like communist countries or governments, we should say. The communist dictatorship of Venezuela, they had their election, which was a massive fraud. Maduro didn't win. He didn't win re-election. Maduro lost in a landslide. But as a communist dictator, he said he won, and he's got the military backing him up. So it's kind of hard for the people to defend themselves against that guy. So when Karina's passport expires, if she doesn't become a U.S. citizen by then, which she will, then she's got nowhere to go to renew her passport. So she'll live in America with an expired Venezuelan passport. It's no big deal. Let's see. Denise Jefferson, to Chris and Emil, congrats. The wait is painful, but the endurance pays off. Yes, it is. Chris and Emil agrees. Joe Contime. So as I arrived 2 days ago, the first thing I should do is apply for Social Security card. That's correct. And then get married. That's correct. Wait 2 months, make a good package and apply. That's correct. Can I get a driver's license in Virginia? Depends on the state of Virginia. There are 50 states in America, right? 50. And every state has their own rules about driver's licenses. Okay? I think in California you can get your driver's license out of a cereal box. I think they give them away in Honey Nut Cheerios. I'm just kidding. But in the state of Florida, in order to get a driver's license, you got to have a green card and a social security number. And it has to be, and in Florida, we have this real ID already in place, which the federal government implemented after 9/11. So Karina has her Florida driver's license, which is biometrically sealed. And in order for her to get it, she had to have her green card, which they checked. The DMV, they punched her alien number in their computer, which then went to Tallahassee, which then connected with the federal government, which then came back and said, yes, you are in the country legally, Karina Ross. Now you're going to take your test. So she took her 50-question driver's license exam, passed it with flying colors. Then she took her driver's test, and she passed it with flying colors. And then she got her driver's license, which is a real ID. Okay? In Virginia, I don't know what the rule is in regards to the security of your state. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? What you need to do is contact the DMV and find out. But I think you're going to find in the state of Virginia, you got to have a green card and a social security number to get a driver's license. And don't drive on, if you have a foreign driver's license, like let's suppose you're from England and you got a British driver's license. You can drive on a British driver's license in the United States. I think it's for up to 1 year, 6 months, but as a tourist only. So if you come to the United States as a tourist, you can drive on your foreign driver's license as a tourist. But when you come to the United States as a green card applicant, a K-1 visa arrivee, you cannot drive until you have your driver's license that's issued from the United States of America. So let's suppose you apply for your green card and you have a French driver's license. I'm not picking on the French, but if you have a French driver's license and you get into a car accident, it's not your fault, and somebody gets killed. Let's suppose that somebody in a Mercedes hits you, and the person in the Mercedes gets killed, and you're still waiting for your green card. Guess who's going to hear about this? Homeland Security. Then what's going to happen? You're going to be under investigation because of a car accident that involved a fatality. That's going to slow down your green card application significantly. result in a denial. When you get to America, do not drive on your foreign driver's license. Wait until you have a U.S. driver's license before you get behind the freaking wheel of a car or a motorcycle or a truck. Let me see here. So Jay Contine, call the DMV in Virginia and ask them, okay? But don't drive until you have your green card. It protects you. I'm trying to protect you, okay? Francois gives Chris and Emil congratulations. I'll give Francois a Mountain Dew salute for that. Because Chris and Emil, they had to wade through a lot of mucky waters. They had to overcome a 221G. Jay Contime, without a work permit or green card. In my humble opinion, now I've been to Virginia. When I was in the Navy, I was in Virginia. If you're in Virginia, I believe you cannot get a driver's license without a green card. Now, what's the point in getting a driver's license with a work permit? The work permit is only going to cover the I-90, the I-94. So they're going to issue you a driver's license that's only good for the I-94, which is 90 days. So you're going to have a driver's license for 90 days. What's the point of that? Wait until you get your green card. Okay? Karina could have got her driver's license on her work permit, but it would only be good for 90 days. I'm like, seriously? So we just waited till we got her green card. And I wouldn't let her drive on a work permit anyway, not that I protected her, okay? I know how it is. If you are waiting for a green card and you get into a car wreck, or there's a fatality or an injury, or if you get arrested for doing 100 miles an hour in a 60 zone, you could lose your green card. Marvell Campbell. Hi, Diego. Hope you and Karina is well. We're good. How do I fill out the financial section for a K2 on 485? You do it. The K2 doesn't work, right? Here's the 485 right here. Here it is. You're applying for a green card for your wife, and then you're applying for a green card for your stepchild. So when you fill out the 485 for your stepchild, and they ask for information about financial, I mean, it's going to be zero. There's going to be no income, right? There's no income. The stepchild isn't working. There's no employer. There's no dates of employment. It's NA, 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 right? It's all going to be NA. And then you get question about parents. Well, you got to fill that out. Information about your current marriage. Well, if it's a K2, the K2 didn't get married. The K1 got married. So there's no information about the marriage other than the mom and the stepdad, right? Information about children, all this. You just fill it out. You fill it out as it pertains to the child. The child doesn't have a job. There's no employer. There's no income. So it's going to be zero. Okay? Don't worry. Don't overthink this, okay? Kimberly Reviews. Hello, my fiance arrived in North Carolina. That's a swing state for Trump. From Greece on October 15th. We got married on November 11th. Got married on a very important day in America. Mountain Dew salute. Very good, Kimberly. Now, Kimberly Reviews, that sounds like a YouTube channel. Do you have a YouTube channel? Kimberly Reviews, is that a YouTube channel? So congratulations and welcome to the United States, to your fiancé. We are very glad he's here. Excellent news. Chris and Emil, thank you. Denise Jefferson, like Diego says, don't forget to redo the medical. Redo your medical exam. Get a brand new 693. Get a brand new 693 form signed by the civil surgeon in America, right? And the vaccinations, plus vaccination. Why do I say to do that? Why do I say to do that? Well, some immigration officers, they'll accept just the vaccination documents. But 90% of consular officers adjudicating green cards, they're going to look for a medical exam. Now, if you were given a CD-ROM, like Karina, when she had her medical exam in Bogota, Colombia, they gave her a CD-ROM and they said, here's your medical exam. And number one, immigration will not accept any CD-ROMs because they will not insert any disks in their computers because they're going to prevent themselves from getting malware or viruses. So I looked at the CD-ROM that they gave to Karina in Bogota, and it was just her chest x-ray. It wasn't her medical exam. We got to the United States. I scheduled a green card medical exam with the civil surgeon in Pensacola. And the doctor did the medical exam for her for the green card, signed the 693, signed off on the vaccinations, put it in a white envelope and sealed it and taped it and put for USCIS ICE only. And that we repeated the medical exam by a civil surgeon authorized by the State Department to do medical exams. And we included it in her green card application. Some people say, well, you don't have to repeat the medical exam. I just did my medical exam in Bogota, Colombia 2 months ago. Why do I got to repeat it? Do you have a copy of the medical exam? Where is it? Do you have it? Do you have it in a sealed white envelope, taped up? Where is it? If you don't, more than likely the Border Patrol, Customs and Immigration are going to take it when they open up that package when you enter the United States for your I-94. So you won't have it. Just repeat the medical exam. And that will save you from the stress of getting an RFE of looking for the medical exam. Because you could get an RFE. Where's the medical exam? Well, I already was thinking ahead and said, okay, Karina, come on, let's go get it. It cost me $175 to recertify her medical exam for the green card. I just paid it on my credit card, and it's part of the investment in your family. Nina Balin, hi Diego. When you got married and you go back to change your name, the Social Security office needs 2 weeks in order to change it. No, they don't. You have to do it before the stamp in your passport expires. No, you don't. No. Here's how you change your last name on your Social Security card. You go down to the Social Security office and apply for a Social Security card. It comes in the mail. And it's going to have your maiden name on it and all this verbiage that says you cannot work without permission from Homeland Security. What does that mean? It means you cannot work without a work permit or a green card. Okay. So Karina went to the Social Security office. She got her Social Security card. They mailed it to her. It was mailed to her in 10 days. It had her maiden name on it, and it said you cannot work without permission from Homeland Security. We then went to the bank and got her on the bank with that card. That's the whole reason for getting the Social Security card, was to put her on the bank account. We couldn't care less that it had her maiden name on it. We couldn't care less that it said you can't work without Homeland Security permission, because she didn't have her green card yet. So that was irrelevant. She knew she couldn't work without the green card or the work permit. Now, she has her Social Security card in her maiden name. She got on the bank. She got on the electric bill. She got on the insurance. She got on this. She got on her TRICARE. She got all the things that she had to get done with her Social Security card. When she got her green card in her hand on June 25th, 2024, on June 26th, 2024, we drove back to the Social Security office with her green card. And we said, here's her green card. They said, great, congratulations. They went in the computer. They updated her status to legal permanent resident. Forget the I-94, it's irrelevant. They updated her status to legal permanent resident, and she got a new green card in the mail. I think it was 5 days later, with her married name on it, Karina Ross, and all that verbiage had gone away. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Okay? You don't have to be running back there 2 or 3 times and before the I-94 expires. You don't have to do any of that. You don't. You just wait for the green card and update it. Francois Livingston Diego, I hope I don't get a C in class, but the EAD form separate. No, Francois, you file for the work permit with the green card application. Okay, so you're going to put together, you're going to file, so you're going to put with the green card, you're going to include with the adjustment of status application, include the EAD. Okay, I can't spell, guys. You're going to include it. Okay, and you got to pay for it too. So you're going to write one check. You're going to write a check, one check made out to U.S. Department. This is who you make it. U.S. Department of Homeland Security. You write a check out to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security for the green card, which is, and the biometrics, which is $1,440, and for the work permit. And you put the work permit in with the green card application. Don't file them separately. You include them together. If you file for a green card, if you file for the work permit separately, you know, you file for your green card, or it's gonna cost you $400 or $500. You include it with the green card application. But Nina, thanks for that information, Nina. But I'm trying to make sure that you understand. Get the Social Security card. Doesn't matter if it's in the maiden name. It's irrelevant that it says you cannot work without Homeland Security permission, because you can't. All you're looking for is the number. You need that Social Security number to get on the bank statements and on the bills. When the green card comes in the mail and you're holding it in your hand, then you go back to Social Security and update your status to legal permanent resident. When you become a U.S. citizen, you get your 2-year green card. You get your 10-year green card. Then you become a U.S. citizen 3 years later. Social Security Administration, they don't know you became a U.S. citizen. They have no idea. But you got to tell them. Okay? That will ensure that's very important. You become a U.S. citizen. What's the first thing you're going to do besides have a celebration? You're going to go back to the Social Security office with your naturalization certificate and say, I'm a U.S. citizen. They will then go in their computer and change your status to U.S. citizen. Very important that you do that. Okay? You didn't know that stuff till you came on this channel, right? Let me see here. Chris and Emma, we're going to have champagne in the USA. I don't drink, but I'll celebrate with Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew all the way. Denise Jefferson, see this man with the green hat on? Right here. Listen to him on this process. Mountain Dew salute to Denise. What should be across his shirt is, yup, your visa is approved. I like that. Your visa is approved. I'm glad we encountered Diego at the start of our process. Priceless. Well, Denise, what we like about this channel is that we make all these new friends around the world. A Mountain Dew salute to Denise Jefferson for that kind salutation. We got, we're making friends all around the world, and we're helping people. And if you listen to me, if you listen to what I say to you, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm trying to save you money, and I'm trying to help you get this green card and your K-1 visa with minimal stress and without an RFE. I'm trying to help you become a U.S. citizen. I'm trying to help you get your Social Security number. If you listen to me, pay attention, you're going to be all right. Everything's going to work out. Vimy Lawler, sorry, what I meant is he stays over 6 months now while waiting for the I-485. But he doesn't have immigration visa stamp, plus they didn't receive the I-130 case number, but they have applied. Have you applied for a green card, Vimy? He's from Canada. Have you applied for a green card? If he's applied for the green card, just wait for the green card. Now the I-485 status says waiting for the interview. it has been more than 5 to 6 months. Yeah, they don't have enough people to do these freaking interviews. So it looks like you're going to have to go to a green card interview. Okay. But the chances are you won't. You might be lucky and they just mail you the green card. And now the 485 status says waiting for the interview more than 5 to 6 months. What you can do is write a letter, an affidavit, and check in with immigration and say, hey, I'm checking in, include a copy of your NOA2 letter in the letter. Just check in with them and ask them what's going on. Brownie RSPS, just doing my last bit of packing. Okay. Cleaning around. Okay. So I can be ready to leave. Yeah. And get my passport back. Yeah. Get ready. Are you going to fly out of Gatwick Airport or are you going to fly out of Heathrow Airport? I don't know which airport's the most busiest. I think Heathrow is probably the busiest. Vimy Lawler, the thing is, when they applied for the I-130 and approved, he is already in the state with a Canadian passport, which allowed him to stay 6 months, not an immigrant visa, but now he is overstaying while waiting for the interview. Well, he has a good reason. So what he should have done is return back to Canada because it's a spousal visa, right? Because if you file an I-130, that's a spousal visa. The U.S. government let him stay in the United States on his tourist visa. So what he should have done is went back to Canada before his passport expired and his visa expired. He's on an overstay. Well, you need to write a letter to immigration and explain what happened. And he can renew his Canadian passport at the Canadian consulate office in Washington, D.C. or close to where you live, I'm sure. I think the Communist Chinese have got Chinese consulates all over the United States. I don't know if they're using them specifically for helping Chinese citizens. In my opinion, they're just spying on Americans. That's just my opinion. But, anyway, France, he's got to go and get his passport renewed at the Canadian consulate. He's got to notify immigration where he is and his status and explain what happened. Just explain what happened. Immigration are not gonna banish him because of an overstay, because he's waiting for immigration to contact him. It's not his fault, but he needs to get his Canadian passport renewed. What's the worst thing that can happen? He goes back to Canada, gets his passport renewed. He goes back to Canada. The U.S. Border Patrol say, oh, you overstayed your tourist visa. What are they going to do? Throw him in jail? No, they're not going to throw him in jail. Francois Livingston, Hamid got a commemorative CD to keep as a souvenir. Okay. Karina got a CD from the doctor in Bogota. It was her chest x-ray. Her thorax. Wandering Terrier. Now, Wandering Terrier is from England also, the United Kingdom. Morning all, thank you for all the advice and help you give to everyone. Wandering Terrier, I'll give you a Mountain Dew salute. Anytime. When Karina becomes a U.S. citizen, I want to take her to London. She wants to go see the Crown Jewels. I just want to go eat fish and chips. I couldn't care less about the Crown Jewels. I don't need to see those. I mean, I'm sure it's nice to see. It's historical. But I just want to go eat fish and chips. Nina Balin, yes, that's why they told me I'm too later. They even told me I can work. But I said to myself, no way. No. You cannot work. Don't do that. No. You'll get a mismatch with immigration. Then you're going to have a real problem. Nina Balin, yes, what they told me. Don't work. Brownie, RSPS, consular officers in London at least were very nice. Well, that's good. Well, I would be very nice too if I was a consular officer in London. I mean, other than the weather sucks, I mean, it's a great place to work and live, right, London? I mean, you got so much history there. You got Tower of London, Tower Bridge, you got Buckingham Palace, you've got the Madame Tussauds, you've got Harrods, you've got Regent Street, Oxford Street, Speaker's Corner. Can you imagine living in London for 2 years as a consular officer? It would be fantastic, a fantastic experience. Fish and chips down the street. And your experience may vary, but they seemed interested in me, and I wasn't just another number. No, the American government loved the British. I mean, we had the American Revolutionary War. We had to kick you out of America back in 1776. Okay, but we don't hold a grudge. We love the British. Americans love British people. The American government and the British government are like this. They're tight. Let me see here. Brownie. Yeah, we're tight. We're friends with the British. Francois Livingston, something to think about, Diego, like Denise Jefferson suggested. 9 to 11 months is a long time. I understand things take time. Right. Yeah, if it was now, I recommend you get a work permit because of the time lag. And Brownie, RSPS, Heathrow. Okay, you're going to fly out of Heathrow. Very good. Chris Namo, she said I have to need my police clearance for her CFO. Is that true? No. Your police clearance. What are you talking about? It's got her CFO has got nothing to do with the U.S. police clearance. The American Citizen Sponsor gets checked out at the National Visa Center by the FBI. Where my K1 visa package was at the National Visa Center, the FBI checked me out and submitted their report to the National Visa Center, who sent it to the embassy. When you get to America and apply for your green card, you don't have to have a police clearance certificate. You don't. You don't need an FBI check. Now, if you want to go live in Colombia, let's suppose that I wanted to go live in Colombia on a retiree visa. Well, I'm not going to do that, but if I wanted to, I'd have to get a medical exam done by my doctor in the military base. I'd have to get an FBI clearance done on myself. It costs like $20, I think. But if you're once you apply for the green card, the sponsor doesn't have to provide a clearance certificate. The beneficiary doesn't have to provide a police certificate. You just apply for the green card. If you follow the videos I've made, you'll know exactly what to include. Is it true? No, that's not true, Chris and Emma. I have to need my police clearance? No, you don't. Francois Livingston, Hamid and I are also eternally thankful and very appreciative of all the guidance and support from Diego and Karina on this amazing channel. Mountain Dew salute to Francois. And it was Francois's idea to have the live stream today. Francois said, can you do a live stream on Friday? I said, sure. I just don't know what time. Mountain Dew salute to Francois. I'm retired now, guys. I can do live streams all day, every day. Karina's working. She's pulling the load, and I'm doing live streams. Wandering Terrier to Brownie RSPS. In London, they were also fantastic with me, too. I had a very nice lady who approved me in about 3 minutes. Well, the U.S. government knows that the British people are good people. And you're all good. Everything's good. Chris Enamel says about page 8 and 9, police clearance on my end. Page 8 and 9 of what form? Now, I'm not Nostradamus, Chris Enamel. Page 8 and 9 of what form? Brownie RSPS, the Wandering Terrier, congratulations on I-129F. That's for a K1 visa application. You've already filed the K1 visa application. The I-129F. What are you talking about? Let's see what we got. I want to see what it is you're talking about. I don't know if I have an I-129F. I probably do. So the K1 visa application right here. 13 pages. And you said pages what? 8 and 9. Let's look at page 8 and 9. Well, let's see what we got here. This is information about the beneficiary. This information about the international marriage broker. It says, they ask you, have you ever been convicted of any crimes? Mr. Sponsor. There's no police clearance certificate here. It says, Have you ever been subject to temporary or permanent protection restraining order? In other words, they're asking you, have you ever beat up have you ever beat up on somebody in the past? Have you been, and do you have a felonious criminal record? They're not asking you for a police certificate. They're asking you if you're a bad person. And this is just when you apply for your K1 visa. You're already done past that. For the CFO. So they're not asking for a police certificate. They're asking on page 8, they're asking if you're a criminal. Maybe they just want you to run the FBI check. You can run your own FBI check. It costs like $20. If I want to go live in Colombia, I've got to run an FBI check on myself and give it to the Colombian immigration. You can do it online. If that's all they're waiting for, you can do it in about 5 minutes. It's easy to do. Just Google FBI check. Put in your social security. How do I get that form? You do it online. Online for FBI check. Pay for it. You pay for it. It's like $20. I'm just guesstimating the price, okay? Let's see here. It's easy to do. It's easy. You can do it in 5 minutes. Let me see. And Wandering Terrier congratulating Brownie RSPS. We got 2 folks from England on here, guys. Wandering Terrier with Speaker's Corner, where I broke my ankle on my way to medical. Oh no! Oh my gosh! Hey Diego, a good live stream surprise from the Mountain Nomads. What's up, Mountain Nomads? And Wandering Terrier broke her ankle at Speaker's Corner. Denise Jefferson to France. That's in England, by the way. Francois Livingston, I do know that what issues you encountered along the way, but I'm so glad that you did not give up. Never give up. Seems hopeless at times, but we have God and real relationships on our side. That's correct. That's all immigration want. They want to see a real relationship. If you qualify for the benefit and you prove your relationship is real at the K1 visa level and the green card level, and at the lifting the conditions on the 2-year green card, and at the U.S. citizenship level, you guys are good to go. The Mountain Nomads, I am just following your advice to fill out the form DS-160, okay, before paying the visa fee, so that's what I'm going to do now. Yeah, fill out the DS-160, submit it, print the confirmation page. The embassy then knows that you're applying for the K1 visa. They're ready for you. Then you pay the visa fee. Then you schedule the interview and the biometrics. I put on the occupation section unemployed and put the explanation of why. Is it important to be employed, or that's not a worry? Mountain Nomads, are you currently unemployed right now? Because the embassy are going to want us. The embassy, if you are unemployed, you're going to have a joint sponsor. Okay? You're going to need a joint sponsor if you're unemployed. I'm just trying to save you here. I'm trying to save you from a headache. But if you are currently employed and have a job, that's what you're going to put in there. You're not going to say you're unemployed. Immigration is going to look at the DS-160 and go, what the heck? You're unemployed. How are you going to support your beneficiary? Or you're the beneficiary and you're unemployed, then don't worry about it. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Even if you had a job as a beneficiary, you're going to be quitting that job to move to the United States. If you are a beneficiary and you don't have a job in your home country, it's okay. Immigration don't care. They don't care because they know you're going to be leaving the country anyway and moving to the United States. So the Mountain Nomads, if you're the beneficiary and you're unemployed, it's irrelevant. Immigration don't care. Don't worry about it. Just put unemployed. You got it? It's not important. Mountain Nomads, it's not important. It's not important. Kristen Emil, I-129F, she said, I will need my police clearance on the police record for CFO. Okay, now I understand. Go online to FBI background check. Type in FBI background check. FBI background check. Pay the money for it. Put in. You're gonna fill out a form. Put in your social security number. Yeah, you go to a website. You go to the FBI background check website. Go to the FBI background check website. Or call. Do you have a FBI office? Do you like here? The nearest FBI office here is Pensacola. If you don't want to do it online, set an appointment with the FBI at their office, and they'll do it for you right there on the spot and print it for you. Pay them the $20. If you're unemployed as a beneficiary, don't worry about it. Immigration don't care. Kimberly Reviews, thank you always. Yes, I have YouTube channel and my post travels, and you post your travels. Okay, listen, folks. Kimberly Reviews has a YouTube channel. Check it out. Check it out. See what she's doing. Check out her channel. How can I get the form? Chris and Emil. Online. Kimberly Reviews already made a mistake. Submitted the form I-130 instead of I-131. You don't do that. I contacted USCIS begging for a refund. No, they're not going to refund your money. It's gone. When you send immigration money, if you filled out the form correctly, even if it's irrelevant to your case, they keep the money. It's history. It's gone. You got to be careful. You don't make mistakes because it can get expensive. Okay? If you submit a form and you fill out the form properly, but it has got nothing to do with your immigration case at all, immigration is going to cash the check, and then they're going to send you a letter saying, I'm sorry, but this form's got nothing to do with you. And the money's gone. Francois Livingston to Janice Jefferson. It's all good now. Issues we overcame, all thanks to Diego's guidance and support. Mountain Dew salute to Francois and to Hamid and to Denise and to Kenneth. I am not a quitter, but kept going because Diego assured us things will be okay and things are great. When I tell you guys something, I'm going to tell you how it is. If I think you're not going to get your K-1 visa approved, if I think you're not going to get your green card, if I think you're going to be denied, I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I think that. But if I think your green card's going to get approved or your K-1 visa is going to get approved, I'm going to tell you, you're going to get approved. You just got to do this, 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 and this. And if you follow what I say, you're going to get it. The only way I don't see anybody getting a green card is if they have a fraudulent relationship. Immigration's going to find out, or the only way I don't think you're going to get a K-1 visa approved is if you have a felonious criminal background that you can't overcome. You cannot overcome it. You have a felony for domestic abuse or violence or something bad, especially towards kids, you're not going to get a K-1 visa. But if you qualify for the benefit, what you got to do is prove your relationship to immigration. That's all you got to do is prove it. You just pretend you're in front of the judge, and you're trying to prove your innocence. Don't send me to jail. I can prove I'm innocent. Okay, where's the evidence? Here it is. Boom. You get your green card. You get your K-1 visa. But I am doing what I'm telling you guys to do is to submit the package the way I recommend, is so you don't have to go through any more visa interviews. Number one, immigration don't have the manpower or the woman power to do it. So Kimberly Reviews, I'm sorry, there, young lady, but I think your money is history. Okay? I think it's gone. If you do get the money back, I'll be surprised. But if you do, I'll be glad for you. Let's see. So Francois is talking to Denise. Everything's good. Brownie is talking to Wandering Terrier. Oh no, the walk to the medical was a bit of a pain. And Mountain Nomad, you're the beneficiary. Okay, you don't have to be worried about your DS-160 saying you are unemployed. Don't worry about it. Immigration don't care if you don't have a job. They don't care. What they care about is the I-134 that's filled out by your sponsor. And they're going to look at how much money your sponsor makes. Because when you come to America, your sponsor is going to be responsible for you. Okay? Not you responsible for your sponsor. The sponsor is responsible for you financially. The sponsor has to put a roof over your head, give you food and clothing and medical and insurance and money for whatever, for shoes or whatever you need. Whatever it is you need, the sponsor is 100% responsible for the beneficiary. Okay? For 10 years at a minimum in regards to legal obligation on the I-864. Let me see. So don't worry if you don't have a job. If you're a beneficiary watching us from Pakistan, the Philippines, India, Australia, England, if you don't have a job, it's okay. Immigration don't care. They don't care. But if you have a college degree or a certificate or a trade certificate or something of higher education, make sure that gets included in the K1 visa application and also the green card package. Chris and Am will get your FBI check. It's easy to do. I was thinking, years ago, maybe live in Colombia, but I can't live in Colombia, especially when Petro got elected president. The Colombians elected Petro, the communist from, he was in prison. The president of Colombia was in prison for terrorist activities, according to what I read online. If it's true, I don't know. There's no way I would live in Colombia with a communist president. But you can get an FBI check. It's easy to do. But my loyalty is to the United States, so I'm not going to live in Colombia. And Karina, my wife from Venezuela, her loyalty is to the United States also. She wants to be here forever, and she will be. She's got no reason to go anywhere except for vacation when she's an American citizen. MB. Good day, Diego. We have green card and work permit taking so long this time. We sent mailed out forms in August and still haven't received the work permit. It's taking August, September, October, November. It's taking about 4 months for the work permit. So next month, pixie dust all over the work permit. You'll get it next month, okay? MB, next month. Mountain Nomads, you are a lifesaver. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Anytime, Mountain Nomads, we're here for you. We're here for you. Nina, Diego, I saw how you said to change your name when you applied for the green card. That's correct. Page 1 of Form 485. Social Security did not change my name. So when they ask for my legal name, do I put my husband's surname? Yes, you do. When you fill out your 485, when you apply for the green card, man, I got everything printed out for you guys. When you apply for your green card, right here on page 1, this is page 1, you're going to put your family name, which is your married last name, your first name, and your middle name. And then, if you can see that, the light's probably killing you. Then right here, you're going to put your maiden name here. Here's where you change your first name, or your last name, excuse me. That's on page 1 of Form 485. You change your last name to your married name. So right here was Karina Ross. Right here was Karina maiden name. Her green card came in the mail with her married name on it. She went back to the Social Security office with me, turned in her green card, said, look, I'm updating my status. They looked at it. They gave her back her green card. And then 5 or 6 days later, she had her Social Security card mailed to her with her married name on it. And all that verbiage was gone. Permission to work only by Homeland Security. No, that goes away. Okay? Denise Jefferson to Francois, love it. It is frustrating that people are paying for this service. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Why would you pay an immigration attorney $4 or $5 grand to do this? It's not hard to do. It's easy. You just got to know how to read and write and add and subtract. And be patient. And don't be scared of the U.S. government. The U.S. government work for us. We are Americans. We pay their freaking taxes. They work for us. We don't work for them. We're in a republic. This is a republic. The U.S. government works for the taxpayers. Don't be scared of the U.S. government. Oh, I'm scared of the government. They're going to deny my K1 visa. No, they're not going to deny your K1 visa. All you got to do is qualify for the dang thing. As long as you qualify, you're good. I saw an ad this week from an attorney with a promise to expedite the process for a nominal fee. You cannot expedite a K1 visa process. You cannot expedite the green card process. You get in line behind everybody else and wait your turn. If an immigration attorney, if a company says they can expedite your, make it, if they say they can get your green card quicker if you pay for their service, it's not true. The only way you can expedite a green card application or a K1 visa application is primarily if you are in the military, active duty, and you're getting deployed overseas, and you want to get your fiance with you so you can get married, so you can deploy. You cannot expedite. There's no such thing as a fast visa. There's no such thing as a rapid visa. It doesn't exist. You're in line behind 60,000 other people. And you wait your turn. And if you qualify, you'll get your benefit. So when Denise Jefferson says it's criminal when they say that. Easy E, what's up, Diego? Is this a Friday special? This is a surprise live stream. Francois suggested I do a live stream, and here it is. And I've been talking for an hour and 46 minutes. You guys getting bored already? I hopefully I can keep going if you want. And I'm retired now, guys. Karina's working. I'm retired. It's a Friday special for Francois. She came up with the idea. The Mountain Nomads. Hopefully, we can get our interview appointment scheduled in January 2025 in Morocco. It will be at the U.S. consulate in Casablanca, and we're going to put mountain pixie dust all over it. Silva Inspector, hi Diego. When Karina applied for her social security number in Florida, did she know her social security number right away? Or did she have to wait until the physical card arrived? She had to wait until they mailed her the card. They had to mail it. She had to wait. She didn't know until she got the card in the mail. Nina Balin, thanks Diego. No worries, Nina. Brownie, RSPS, Diego absolutely is the best U.S. immigration channel on YouTube. Took my anxiety from 100 to 0 within no time at all. Thank you. You're welcome. Brownie. Mountain, I've got a little bit left. No problem. Remember, the U.S. government isn't trying to block you or look for any ways to block you from coming to America if you're a beneficiary on a K1 or a spousal visa. Okay? They're not trying to stop you. They want you to be reunited with your family. But there's a lot of fraud out there. There's a lot of, there's a lot of immigration fraud. So what they're trying to do is make the process long, tedious, and difficult, not because they're trying to stop you from coming, but they're trying to weed out the bad people that are trying to use the system. Do you see what I'm saying? They're trying to make it difficult. So they want to see all this evidence of a relationship. And if you are a married couple, or if you are dating somebody and then you ask her to marry you, and now you are engaged to be married, then you apply for the K1 visa, you should have all this evidence of the relationship, right? I dated Karina for a year. Then I asked her to marry me in Colombia, and she said yes, praise the Lord. And then we had an engagement party at her house on December 24th. Okay, of 2021. We did it on Christmas Eve because all of her family was off of work in Colombia. They all came over for an engagement party. We got lots of pictures together in street clothes. We didn't put any of these Colombian cultural clothes on. We just got like we just had an engagement party. And all those pictures went into the application for the K1 visa, plus plus all the time I've been dating her. All the pictures we had together of her family and friends. I only put a few selfies in the K1 visa application. Most of the pictures were with her family and friends, all different. I think Karina knows everybody in Bogota, Colombia. She was the manager of an ice cream store, 2 of them. And she must have had at least 1,000 clients for ice creams that she made for families over the years. In the 6 years she was in Colombia, she knew thousands of people. I couldn't walk down the street in Bogota, wherever it is, and somebody would say, "Hola, Karina, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien." I'm like, dang, you know everybody. And if somebody did that, I say, "Let's go get a picture with them." Okay, we get a little group picture together. Boom, that went into the K1 visa application. That's how you do it. If you are from the Philippines, you live in a little village somewhere. Let's suppose you live in a little village in an island somewhere in the central Philippines, and you know everybody in the village, and your American citizen sponsor flies to see you for a vacation for a month. Make sure you get pictures with all your friends. These friends, these friends, these friends, these friends. Get about 20 pictures with different people in the pictures, and identify who's in the picture and the date the picture was taken. That way, immigration can see that your relationship is not a secret. It's not a secret in a bottle. Everybody knows about it. If you are in a green card, if you are trying to get a K1 visa under fraudulent conditions, immigration's going to know. They're going to find out. Most people that are going through a fraudulent green card application, they don't want to get pictures with family and friends because they're trying to keep it a secret from them. You know. Anyway, it is what it is. Sylvan, she has to wait till she gets her Social Security card. It takes about a week to get it. And thanks to Nina, thanks Diego, Nina Balin, and Brownie. Yeah, I de-stress everybody because it's not stressful at all. It's only stressful if you don't have any patience. If you don't have patience, if you're not a patient person, if you got to have it like today, you walk into, I don't know, Ross stores, or you walk into Walmart and you see something, you got to have it right then. That's impulse, right? You can't be that way in a green card application. Step by step, day by day, patience, patience, patience. Patience is the secret. Easy to Francois, thanks for the idea. I hope your family is doing great and Hamid is adjusting well in America. He's just bored right now. The Mountain Nomads, Diego should be a consular officer. Everyone would be so happy to be interviewed by him. Yeah, I could do that job, but I mean, I don't want to leave America. I'm glad. I'm just happy here in Florida with Karina. Francois, Easy Hamid is doing great, loving the USA. He is bored, going to have to think of projects for him to work on. Buy a puzzle. Get a jigsaw puzzle with 10,000 pieces and give it to Hamid and say, "Hey, put this together." What do you think? What about that? Easy to Francois, I'm glad to hear that pretty soon he will be busy with work, that you're going to wish he was home. That's correct. Karina's at work right now. I'd much rather she would be here, okay? But, you know, Karina is now starting her life in America. She's contributing now into the system. She's paying her FICA tax every week or whatever, her Medicare tax. She's paying into the system. She's creating, she's got pay stubs and pay stubs and pay stubs, all this evidence of her job. And we're going to file a joint tax return in January. I'm just going to get it out of the way. Okay. And all that evidence will go in her 10-year green card package. When we apply for Karina's 10-year green card, we're going to include about 6 to 8 months worth of pay stubs from her job. We're going to include the tax returns for 2024 and 2025, joint account holders, right? She's going to have all this evidence. When you get to America, once you get married, you need to focus on your 10-year green card. You're working on putting your 2-year green card package together. You got to get your 2-year green card first. We understand that, but you got to be thinking down the road for your 10-year green card. You don't just stop collecting evidence of your relationship. All of a sudden, you quit taking pictures together with family and friends. Don't do that. Keep the process moving. How long did it take for Karina to get her social security number in Florida? It took the first one took 10 days. And then when she renewed her card as to her married name, it took 6 days. Let me see. Francois Easy Hammett is doing great. He's bored. Buy him a puzzle, 10,000 piece puzzle. And Brownie RSPS, I'm gonna miss good chocolate though. I don't know why American chocolate has additives that makes it taste like vomit. Well, here's the thing, Brownie. Here's what you do. When you get to America, you Google for a British store online, and you can order the quality street chocolates, you can order the Jaffa cakes, you can order all the British chocolate you want. You just got to pay for shipping. Okay? Okay, guys, I've been talking for, almost 2 hours. I'm going to log off now. I'm going to go, maybe I'll make a video for you guys, and I'll be back with Karina. I'll be back with Karina tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out what day it is. Today's Friday. Tomorrow night I'll do a live stream with Karina. Brownie says you will do that perfect. I have a wonderful afternoon, Diego. You too, everybody. Brownie, Francois, and we will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. And try to be patient during this process, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.